Hi, this is Em, and I'm back with part 3 of the Proving It videos. If you only watch one of the other parts, then I would suggest watching part 1 because I go into more detail about what these bundles are, why they're like this, and that this is the interim between just coming out of the press and then being stored in the books for storage, for working on my crafts, as well as for pulling for pressed flower packs on Etsy. So I go into more detail about that, what this cardboard is, why this is like this, and what kind of paper they're on, etc., etc. So, and then that started earlier in the season with Columbine. So I'm not sure what's in this bundle because I can't remember. They've been sitting on my little shelf here, waiting to be put away. And so today that's my task for this morning. And so we'll see together what's in here because I can never remember. So if that's something you're interested in, let's get started. This is Pintus I talked about in one of the other parts that we just did. This is verbena. I've got several different colors of verbena in the yard right now. More coral bells and forget-me-not. And then let's see what's in here. This is some more coral bell and astrange and verbena. Some of these that I've already gone over in a little bit more detail in parts 1 or 2, I will be skimming through here. Coral bell. So if you're going, why are you going so fast on these, Emily? It's because speaking of videos in tandem, and if you're watching all 3 parts, I don't want you to go, oh, well, you already went on about that one. Why are you doing it again? You just did it in another video. Here's some more lupin. Here's a case where you saw me talking about some of the blue ones. I have a hard time getting through where they go brown. Now see, this one to me would be acceptable, and this would be acceptable. But in my humble opinion anyway, this one turned too brown, and I probably wouldn't use that one. Now, when I say things turn too brown, it doesn't mean that I throw them away. I still keep them, but I won't use them for pressed flower arrangements. A lot of times I will put gesso over them and use them just for a texture element and recolor them. Sometimes I'll do other techniques to them, which I'll go into hopefully some future videos where I actually start demonstrating some things that I actually do with these things. Really haven't had much time to go into making, journal tags and doing other things with all these flowers, but there's a lot of different things that I do technique-wise, so I don't throw things that brown away because I do other things with them. I just won't use them in a regular pressed flower arrangement where I want them to look a little bit more normal. Okay, here's some more buttercup. Maybe most of these are what we've already looked at. I don't know. We'll find out if there's anything new in here. More buttercup. I was trying to make sure that I got a lot of buttercup this year because, and I still want more, but there's more buttercup. There's another one here. What's in here? This is more buttercup leaf. Okay, so that's more buttercup related. More buttercup leaf. Okay, looks like maybe this is a lot of stuff that we've already done, just more of it. This is fennel. More Queen Anne's lace. This is dwarf goat's beard leaf. I really, really like the spiky tips, and they're good for drilling down. You can use these small little pieces here in this kind of section, or you can use the whole piece. They're really good for breaking down, for depending upon what scale size that you're arranging. More of the dwarf goatbeard leaf. This is another one that's really high up on my list. This is the dwarf lady's mantle that you saw me talk about in, I think, my last garden blog, where the tips, let me bring one up closer to the camera, where the tips have this silverish around them, but what I really like about them is the back. Look at how sheeny they are. It's just gorgeous. I've never seen any other leaf that has anything like this kind of sheeny, silky texture to it. So that's really, really nice. Now this is, oh, okay, I just showed you the dwarf lady's mantle. Here's the flowers, because it was in flower. Let me bring one up to the camera. So even the flowers kind of have a little bit of a sheeny element to them. So they're kind of interesting. That's the dwarf lady mantle. Leaf and flower. More of the same, more of the flower and the leaf. Forget-me-not. And this is the alpine lady's mantle. And then this is some lavender. The flowers on this particular lavender that I got these off of are really small. It's like a miniature lavender. And then I love these alpine lady's mantle. I have to bring these up to the camera too. But they're small. They work good in many arrangements. And the leaf color kind of changes. The more shade they get, the more green they are. And then if they're in more full sun, they kind of get this purplish, darker greenish color around the edges. So I just think they're really interesting. Hold their color for a super long time. So that's alpine lady's mantle. Hopefully I don't have any flowers in that pile of cardboard I picked up. More verbena, and here's the front side. And these are the fronts. That's the back. I gotta watch how I put these back down so I don't. More of them. Some more lupin. Some more buttercup. And what's in here? It just looks different than buttercup. Some more astrantia, bleeding heart. It looks like this is just a kind of a page of different things, where I didn't have enough to fill out the whole page with one thing, so I put a lot of different things on one page to finish up the botanicals. This looks like more astrantia, lupin. This is, let me turn the page this way. This is geum, and then a lot of the violas. more lupin and buttercup. More lupin. I was trying to get a lot of lupin. I go through a lot of lupin. And I used up most of what I had from last year, so I need to... This is more Columbine, another one yet, and Bleeding Heart. Okay, yeah, so this is a lot of stuff that we already saw in 1 and 2, and I already showed you a close-up of this delphinium, this perennial delphinium in this darker blue, which is really nice. And then I pressed some of them in profile, but I don't see too many profile ones here. The next batch, it's in the press right now, that hasn't come out yet, has more of the delphinium in a profile. More of the delphinium. Looks like there's a profile one over here. Let's see if I can lift this up and show you. There's a profile one. Here's the lighter blue one. Let's see if I can do this without tearing it. So that's another color that I have. Is this? A lot of times these will break when I'm opening them, just because of how their fragile nature, and centers get stuck. So you can see that that one is breaking. Now, I don't think I've talked about this little technique before, but I'll go ahead and share it. But sometimes I will take a blossom if I want to, like, to me this looks fine with the 5 petals, but sometimes I want something fuller. So sometimes I'll take the blossom. Let's take these two, for example. And I will put them, I will put a little spot of glue right here, and then, because they hold together from the center, and then I will glue it like that, and then glue it like, let's see if I can hold it together long enough, like that, and then make it more fuller. So it just depends on what I'm doing with my arrangements and what I'm trying to accomplish. But certainly, you know, there are no rules of what you want to do. So if something looks, you know, if it pressed and everything seems kind of lopsided in one way, and you want it a little bit fuller, and you've got something else that's fallen apart, we'll use the parts off of something else to fix, or to enhance, or to otherwise do some creative process with your florals. So that's a little something that I don't think I've ever shared before. Some more of the blue, of the lighter blue. And then this is, I think in one of my In the Garden video, I showed the flower off this one. This is another kind of cranesbill type plant. And this is the leaves off of them. I love these leaves because you can do so much with them. You can use them for many arrangements by drilling down to the smaller parts, as well as, you know, just like these are here. These take a long time to dry for leaves. They must have a high moisture content, because when all the other leaves on the page will be dry, these are still damp. It's kind of strange how that works. Carrot. And, all right, so that's it for this bundle. That was a 3-part series of what was on the shelf that I'm putting away. I have other things in the press now, so probably in another month or so I will show you what's in those bundles as we start getting into more of the late spring, early summer type flowers. This was more of the more springy type stuff in these ones that I just showed you. So again, I really appreciate everybody that watches the videos, and the wonderful comments that people leave, and thank you very much for watching, and you have a wonderful day.